But did you ever come across a smart helmet? You can literally make a normal helmet a smart helmet. Really interesting, useful device I have here. These days everything is smart. Like you have a smartphone, you have a smart TV. But did you ever come across a smart helmet? Using these devices from Apple's, you can literally make a normal helmet a smart helmet. You see, one problem I have as a biker is navigation. Because whether it's a city commute or long distance touring, navigation is important so that you take the best route possible. Yes, you can definitely hook up your phone to your bike using a phone mount, but there are two major concerns. Vibrations can damage your phone's image sensor. Second problem is distraction. The number of notifications we get, your focus always keeps shifting on your phone, which compromises your safety. This is where Mapple's Navizer and Mapple's Nav Audio comes into picture. All you have to do is hook these gadgets up, which will take not more than 5 or 10 minutes, and install the Map My India app. Pairing and setting up is pretty seamless. Now once you punch in the destination in the app, all you have to do is put the phone in your pocket, wear your helmet and enjoy the ride. The directions are shown on this both LEDs here. These LED indicators offer multiple color indications for impending turns, U-turns and minor turns without distracting your attention from the road. This overall enhances the safety. You can also listen to these directions on the Nav Audio. Talking about Nav Audio, it's powered by Qualcomm's Bluetooth 5.1 technology. It offers hands-free calling, audio navigation and on-road voice assistance. It can be paired with two phones simultaneously. The Navizer also has crash detection, and at night it can be put in night mode. And the best part, it's weatherproof and the battery lasts up to 12 hours. Now these gadgets are paired with our local Swadeshi navigation and map app, Mapple's app. Now Mapple's app understands Indian roads better than any other app. It literally gives alerts on speed breakers, speed camera, speed limits, and at which speed you're riding. Also, one more problem I have with traditional navigation apps is when you come across slight deviations, especially near flyovers, whether you have to take the flyover or go niche se, it is a little bit confusing. But in Mapple's app, you have something called junction view, which means there's no way you will miss taking the right road. If you wish to purchase the Navizer and the Nav Audio, visit the website mapplesgadgets.com and you can get a flat 5% off using my discount code Sriman05. Chalo, we already have seen the title. We have a special bike. As you guys know, Sriman Kotaru, the rider, the biker, doesn't have his own bike right now. He sold his BMW 1250, the Emperor. And the good thing is, I'm not missing it yet. But definitely we need a bike. Like I said, I planned on a couple of bikes. The 2024 Royal Enfield Himalayan is also something I'm looking at. Easier on your head, easier on your heart, and much easier on your pocket. Of course, riding pleasure and all that changes a lot. But the thing is, I've heard a lot of great reviews, amazing reviews about the new Himalayan. Last night I took it from Naresh. I'm planning to go test ride it. If I like it, maybe you will see Sriman, who used to ride a BMW, riding a Royal Enfield now. Let's go check out what's the hype all about. Okay, there is the Royal Enfield Himalayan. I'm pretty sure GoPro will not do justice. Low lighting GoPro is really bad, so let me actually show it to you on the iPhone. You see this difference? That's a very nice color, yeah. I think this will be one of my favorite colors in the Royal Enfield Himalayan, at least the 2024 version. I also used to like that camouflage color. Let me actually put it in some light and show it to you. Okay, one thing I've observed with this bike is, you see the stand, it inclines a little bit extra, to pick it up like this. It is a little bit heavy. I feel it is inclined a little bit extra on the side stand like this. You see that? So thing is, when you sit on it and try to lift it up like this, you'll feel a weight. Oh yeah, definitely that is there, yeah. You see, I think it should stop here, but it stops there. Very beautiful looking bike. I think Royal Enfield nailed it this time. Check it out from this phone. Yeah, that is how the bike looks. Nice ivory color. I don't know what actually Royal Enfield calls this color, but beautiful color here. I wish I could show this in the daylight. What a stance, what a stance. I really like the stance. Looks like a proper adventure tourer. Thanks to the angled shapes over here, it looks a little bit modern. I also like the exhaust design, and this comes with one disc brake in the right and one disc brake in the front. One more major problem is spoked wheels. Remember that. Which means they're not tubeless. That is, the suspension setup looks very fancy inside. Overall, the bike looks very long. I mean, see that wheelbase? It's really long. I don't know how it rides. I'm pretty excited to see how it rides. Silhouette is though definitely amazing here. I like the looks of it. Nice sharp pointed back and nice chunky tank, and this is something that really adds to the motocross element, is that really nice look. So enough of talking, let's go take this bike for a spin and let's see what's it got. By the moment I sit on it, I feel I'm sitting super upright, like 90 degrees like that. Okay, and when I put my legs on the foot pegs, oh, perfect position, nice angles here. So let's start it up. One of my favorite features on this generation is look at the TFT. So crazy good. Full color display. And it seems you can actually put a navigation in it like Google Maps. The only downside of that is the phone should be on all the time, which I don't know, it doesn't make sense, because if your phone is continuously on for almost 7 or 8 hours during navigation, it will get really hot. And also like the style of Royal Enfield here, the way you have the switches, this literally like a gun. Got good pull. That's a good amount of torque. Already impressive. Nice. Good, yeah. Good. That's a good engine. Nice, yeah. This is impressive. I like the engine. Yeah, you feel confident. You sit upright. I think seat is a little bit hard. Okay, fifth gear, just now observed 45 kilometers per hour. Let's put sixth gear, 40 kilometers per hour. It is drag. You see that? I mean, who will ride it in sixth gear, 40 kilometers per hour? But I just do that to check the engine refinement. But even in fifth gear, if you throttle it, the torque is coming up pretty quick. It's nice. It's got a good torque band. Literally from 2000 RPM onwards, you have good amount of torque, but it definitely shouts from, I think, 3 to 4000 RPM is its sweet spot, where it talks, the engine talks from there. My only concern with this bike is punctures here. I don't know, Royal Enfield should come up with some solution, because టైర్ లోకి వెళ్ళి ట్యూబ్ పీకి రిపేర్ చేసుకోవాలి హైవే పైన అంటే మజాక్ కాదు. I know you have some third party solutions and stuff, but that is not like a proper solution. Nice, yeah. Third gear, 40 kilometers per hour. Very confident pull. Okay. Love the engine. Now time to test in Hyderabad 6 PM traffic. This is going to be kind of a peak hour in Gachibowli high-tech city area. So one thing immediately I didn't like is the rear view mirrors. I don't like this round rear view mirrors because, you know, they're pretty easy to maneuver. Oh, nice, yaar. Very easy to maneuver. Nice. I'm liking the bike already. I think the longer wheelbase is helping maneuver it much more easily. But I'll tell you one thing. I definitely feel the weight a little bit. It doesn't feel like a 300-400 whatever. I don't know the specs of this bike actually, I'll be honest. I don't want to fake around. It doesn't feel like a 400cc bike. I think this is 450, right? 450cc. I don't know what is the torque, I don't know what is the BHP and stuff, so you people have to check it out from elsewhere. Adira true off-roading ante gatla povali. Himalayan పెట్టుకొని ఏం లాభం, గల్లీలోకి వెళ్ళిపోకపోతే. Okay, first thing I did not like is definitely this one. ఆడుకోవచ్చు రా బండిని, మంచిగా ఆడుకోవచ్చు. ఇట్స్ గాట్ గుడ్ టైర్స్ యాజ్ వెల్. This is the advantage of having a bike here. Car lo unte I would not come till here. It would take at least 10 minutes for me to cross this junction. This is a crazy junction around this time. There's very little engine braking. You see that? Especially if you're in the right gear. I think it's pretty good. I like the engine power, yaar. This much of power is more than enough to do touring and commutes in the city. ఇదేమో చేస్తుండు రోడ్ మధ్యలో. ఓ ఓకే. Yeah, windshield is something I would maybe prefer a bigger windshield. City area this is fine, but it's still somehow this area I'm not liking it here. It's coming in the middle of my view. That's something I don't like in terms of design as well. When you're sitting on the bike from the outside, when you're seeing it from the outside, the design looks very good, but from here it's comfortable place. Like you see this location right on your face like that, but design wise to sit and see it, the design is not that great. It feels like an extra bit, you know. And feel the designer, he's done designing the bike completely, and then he forgot to put the speedometer on it, and last May he realized that he has to put a speedometer. Suspension is pretty good, not sturdy, not soft, perfect suspension setup. But I don't know, maybe it is with this bike, whenever I'm going into speed breakers and bumps, I can feel There is a slight vibrating noise coming out of the dash area. See, second gear 20 kilometers per hour. When I pull it, immediate torque is available, yeah. The bike balances itself pretty well. अरे रेंडु इनोवा इसको नेम रहा भाई पक्का गियर का. I love the pull on it. Oh God. First time I'm impressed with a 400cc bike, yaar. Take my word for it. This is very tempting. Royal Enfield India, if you are listening, please, I'm open to collaborations. I'm actually open to owning this bike, so if we can talk, do let me know. Yeah, braking is something, I mean it's fine, but I wish there were like 2 discs so that you have that more clicky braking. Right now it is okay, man. The power is good. How much ever I don't want to talk about the engine, I'm ending up talking about it because it's so good. Imagine this is a 450cc bike. Imagine if they could put this 650cc, the Royal Enfield 650 Continental ka engine inside the Himalayan. I think the only issue would be weight again. But somehow if they can trim down the weight and add that 650 engine to this, bigger brands like the Triumphs and the BMW should definitely look out. Lights are pretty bad. High beam or low beam, it doesn't matter. I can't see anything. Gear shifts are pretty smooth. Maneuverability is excellent, bro. Full confidence inspiring, our favorite word. I think if I take this off-road, mottam left right aadkochidini, because we are used to a bigger bike like the 1250 Monster. The only thing is it's so long, this bike is so long than typical. I'm going very close to the other vehicles in front of me. Height is pretty good, both sides aram se I can flat foot. There's a lot of confidence riding in traffic like this. It's been ages since I've liked a bike, like honestly from my heart. One place I want to check this out is in proper off-road, because if I go for a bike like this, I want to learn off-road this time. I couldn't do that on the 1250, that's a monster. See, I'll tell you one thing, if you want to properly do hardcore off-roading, 1250s, all these are not the place to start. You learn it on a smaller bike like this, and then progress to the bigger bikes. That way you'll have more confidence. You learn the tricks, you learn the weight balancing, you'll know where to stand, where to sit, you'll know where to saddle, where to push the footrest for weight balancing, all that kind of stuff. The braking, the throttling, all that you'll start learning on a smaller bike. In fact, it's much more comfortable to start off with a X-Pulse. What I really liked is the slow moving traffic. It is performing really well in this, and heat, actually I'm not feeling that much of heat. I mean, this much of traffic you've been seeing since the last 30 minutes I'm in this kind of traffic, but I don't feel much of a heat. Actually, my friends who own this bike, they told me it's not that peppy inside the city, but I don't find it like that. It's got pretty good amount of torque, yeah. How much else do you need? I mean, maybe they're comparing it with the Street Pin or something like that, because this is insane. I think in recent times, the only bike I really liked in the 400cc segment was the Speed 400. The Scrambler 400, I booked it also, but somehow, see, darkness, let's check out the light. Light, yeah, light is not that good. You can put some auxiliary lights on this. Though I booked the Scrambler 400, somehow, I think because it's like 12 or 13 kilos more than Speed 400, and somehow I did not get the thrill that I'm getting from the Himalayan. Fortunately, I'm not finding any negatives as of now. Maybe that will be Royal Enfield service centers, or I don't know how it is, but I heard mixed reviews about Royal Enfield service centers. Full confidence inspiring from the left like this. Okay. There was a power slide there. All that kind of stuff I wouldn't be able to do on a 1250. Yeah, mirrors. These are something I don't like. I'll definitely get them changed. I'm not a fan of round mirrors because you can't see that much of the world behind you, what's happening. It's kind of restricted. After experiencing all the big bikes, I'm telling you, right, this is good. I mean, you'll not be disappointed, that's for sure. Oh, biggest negative, how can you forget it, dude? What is it? Tubeless tires are nahi hai. Okay, one more thing in the position. I think maybe we'll have to pull the handlebar a little bit towards us, because right now it feels like this, you know. I mean, I would want to keep my hands like this, but it's kind of like this. And let's saddle and see how it feels. Nice, yaar, to saddle. You can stand and ride this bike. At least at my height, my torso length and all that, my inseam length and all that, it's perfect. I don't think I'll need handlebar raisers as well. One more negative I can say is definitely the brakes. It can be better, and I don't know, maybe it is, once again, maybe it is to do with this bike, but when I'm going in bumps, I can hear a weird sound coming up from the dash area. Out of my experience, I'm telling you, one of the best bikes I've ridden in recent times. But still, like I always say, you have to go and test ride it. Don't take my words or any YouTuber's word, any media house words. You go test ride it. You decide for yourself what fits you the best. One more thing I would like to appreciate is the design of the speedometer, not the speedometer itself. I'm talking about the details in it. Gear indicator is there exactly in the center where I want to look for a gear indicator. It shows speed on the right with a bigger font. I like the color scheme in it. All that is fine except for the design of the front part. I mean, when you sit on it, it feels weird. Bahar se it looks really good, but when you sit on it, is something I'm not liking. But you can live with it. That's like a nitpicking something. Clutch is super light and it's nice and linear. It's not jerky, because that's very important when you do slow off-road and you want to push through rubble and stuff. You need clutch control, and in this kind of situations also, when you want to use clutch a lot, it's pretty easy to do that. You don't feel any fatigue in your hands. Of course, it will be much better if you're wearing gloves and riding it, because right now, I don't know if you're able to see it, but I'm holding the handlebar tight because it's a new bike and I'm not used to it. Impressive, yeah. At least I'm not able to feel any heat in this kind of traffic. Now, all that is okay, but how much mileage does it give? That's the most important question. My friend told me it is giving up to 35 kilometers per liter. When that is realistic, what you can expect. Now I can feel a little bit of heat on the right side. So at least it needs 10 kilometers per hour movement. Otherwise, if it is like at standstill, the heat is coming out on the right. See the way I'm trying to filter? It's so easy on this bike, yaar. I'm loving it. And you have a joystick over here, and when you click on it, okay, you see trip 1, trip 2, fuel range. Okay, you have all this. Okay. Fuel consumption, instantaneous consumption, battery voltage, engine temperature. It shows. Okay, that's pretty good information it's showing me. And what else? Appearance, trip preference, my vehicle, system information, favorites. Okay, a lot of good stuff here. Okay, this can definitely be improved. Let me show it. It's a little bit fiddly, I don't know. It doesn't give that proper feedback when you're pressing. It doesn't have the tactile feedback on it. I think this needs improvement for sure. It's, see, there is like a lot of free play in it and nothing moves over there. Okay, overall my rating for the bike would definitely be around 9.5 out of 10. Okay, as long as you're sitting on it, no problem, but the moment you put the stand and you want to put it down, it goes really mottam padko pedto kinda. Okay, all this is okay. Let's be honest about the bike. What I really like about the bike is the way it rides. Everything feels so good about it. You feel very confident on the bike. Confidence inspiring. But my only concern with the bike is that long-term reliability. I've never used a Royal Enfield, so I can't be the right judge to say that. You people, if you own a Royal Enfield, Let me know in the comment section how is the service, how is the reliability. Reliability is the most important thing than anything else, because after you get the bike, if it performs really well, everything is good, all that is okay. But what if you can't use it like hardcore? I wanted to do like proper hardcore off-roading on this if I buy this bike. Are the materials on it very sturdy? Can it take a lot of beating? For example, if it's a Triumph or a BMW, I'm rest assured that the quality of materials used on the bike are top class. Is it the same thing with the Royal Enfield? That is my big question. The reason I'm talking about the ruggedness of the bike is because my friend's bike is making a little bit of a sound from the front fork. I don't know where exactly. Is it the front fork, or is it near the dash, near the instrument cluster? No idea. But when I take the bike into deep bump, I can hear some weird sound. So these types of quality issues is definitely of my concern. We'll go get it checked. If it's a small thing, then fine. If it's a bigger problem, then I'll have to start thinking about the reliability. In which ways, people who are planning to ride this bike, like I always say, go test ride it. Don't just see this particular video and think it's a great bike or it's a bad bike. Don't make that decision. You ride it for yourself and then decide. I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Take care.